sent balls up there, and John Robertson and Alan McCoy have worked very, very hard and upset their three central defenders quite dramatically.
Well, this is ideally set up for Hadji's left foot. The Scottish players have been well briefed about this. Been a lot of practice at training to cope with this very position, with Hadji over the set piece. Andy Gorham positioning himself to the right of the wall. He doesn't need much of a run up or much back lift. He has terrific power in that left foot, and he can bend the ball. And here comes Hadji. Well, that tells its own story. Hit with thundering power, and Andy Gorham kept his eye on the ball, got his body behind that. Rebound fell kindly for Scotland, but the pressure is still on. This is Klein. Now Rotario. The interception there by McKimmie. So here's a shot from Hadji beyond the wall, and Gorham had to beat that away. It almost knocked him over. Cleared there by McLeish. So here's Robertson and McAllister fighting hard for possession. That's a long pass for Connor to chase. And the ball has drifted out of play for the throw to Romania. Well, there's no Scottish player who can be faulted for lack of effort, Billy.
Certainly not, Jock, and we consider the fact that we haven't had a real practice match or a game before as the Romanians have. And indeed, the amount of call-offs that Andy suffered, I think it's a very, very good performance.
And I think we're about to see another debutant in Scotland colours. Tom Boyd is preparing for action down below us on the bench. Well, I wonder where he may play. He's a versatile player. Here's Stuart McKimmie on the run, looking to deliver an accurate cross. He wins the corner kick. Well, Tom Boyd could play either in midfield, full-back, or in central defence. What a moment it is for this young player from Motherwell. McAllister and McLeod over the corner kick. Two Romanians come over. Plays short for McLeod, trying to take on his marker. The ball's still in play now, it's gone out, and the linesman says that is a goal kick. And an opportunity for Scotland to make a switch. And the change they're going to make is to bring off Robert Connor and replace him with Tom Boyd. Now that could be a direct replacement. So Robert Connor, who has played not a glamorous role tonight for Scotland, but a very determined, diligent performance covering that left flank for Scotland, working mostly in a marking defensive role. Tom Boyd goes straight across to fill exactly the same position, but he adds for Scotland tremendous pace on that flank. Interesting change, Billy.
Yes, it's a brave change as well, because we're bringing on a young lad who certainly is entitled to his chance, but first international in a game of this importance, it's always difficult. But he's a boy who's played well, and he plays well up and down that left flank.
Good run again by McAllister, trying to force Klein to play the ball. But it was McAllister who turned it out. Klein didn't relish the challenge from Gary McAllister. Kamataru with a header. There's Irvin. Lupescu going up there with McStay. It's McStay who's penalised. So Tom Boyd on the field for Scotland, coming on with the scoreline. Scotland 1, Romania 1. Past the hour mark in the match. McStay fighting hard there and losing that particular joust with Mateot. McKimmie's interception. Rotario's header. There's Popescu. Petrescu. Forced across field by the snapping attentions of Boyd. Here's Hadji. That's drifting towards the goal line, and there was an offside flag up in any event against Marius Lakatush. And the Romanians too are going to make an alteration. And they're going to bring on a striker. Radu Chayu is going to come on. The young striker who plays his football for Bari in Italy. So it's the Romanians coming forward. Kamataru is going to be the player replaced, I think. So straight striker for striker state of affairs when the play stops. That's beautifully played in by Hadji for Lakatush. Was met there by Boyd. Here's Kamataru, who may try to do something inspirational before he goes off, or perhaps change his manager's mind. Here's Mateut with Lakatush. McLeish has to be quick. That's a great tackle by McLeish. Well, people have always considered he had a problem with pace, but he conceals it superbly. Long throw with Irvin underneath it, leaning in. And it's a corner kick. The linesman said a corner, the referee agreed. Scott's looked surprised about that. Corner kick's taken quickly. Hadji calls for the ball in that deep position. The Scottish defence races out. There's still space here on the right for Petrescu. Up goes Kamataru. He found a gap in the box. It's his last involvement in the match for Romania. The big striker is being withdrawn, but the quality of this ball from Petrescu almost made Scotland pay. Kamataru getting away from the markers. Gorham seemed confident.
Wasn't far away, Jock, and that's a little bit of slack marking at the back there, because he got a clean head around and really should have hit the target with that one. Could have put us in a lot of trouble there.
So off goes Kamataru, on goes Florin Radu Chau, who is 21 years old and apparently has taken a lot of time to settle with Bari in Italy. He's been accompanied to the match here by his club manager to make sure that he has no problems with the journey and arrangements made coming out of Italy. So being cosseted well by his club. There's Malpass playing it forward. There's Robertson showing good close control. Appeared to be impeded there as he made his way forward, but the referee saw nothing wrong with that. Robertson having a word with the referee, but he's wasting his time, because I can tell you the Spanish referee has no English at all. Dario plays it wide. And that's a careless bit of play by Lupescu. McCoist picks it up for Scotland, now looks for the support. Here's Murdo McLeod. Malpass. Here's Boyd ahead of him. Here's McLeod. Trying to bring Boyd into the play on the left. It's a throw to Scotland. Well, but for Davy Cooper, who made that return to international duty last season. Tom Boyd, by my reckoning, the first Motherwell player to be capped since Willie Pettigrew in the mid-70s. Here's a chance for McCoist. Brilliantly saved by Lung. Sheer frustration there for Ali McCoist. This looked as though he was going to give Scotland the lead. Played across the penalty area, McAllister couldn't reach it, McCoist controlled it well, stepped inside the defender, and it was the left foot of Lung which saved the day.
Lovely ball from John Robertson, a little bit of worky, but magnificent control from Alan McCoist here. Takes one man on to each other, finishes well, and only a marvellous save from the goalkeeper prevented us from going ahead.
McLeod's corner. Return to the danger area by McCoist, and the shot came in from McAllister. His principal task there was to keep the ball down with the shot. He certainly achieved that, but that was at the expense of some power. Well, once again, the cross ball causing problems. Irvin didn't reach it. It's played back in by McCoist. The header not decisive, and there was McAllister with a snapshot. Here comes McAllister again. And the pass goes behind Ali McCoist. Misunderstanding between the players. Ball forward could have been a problem had it been ahead of Lakatush. Well, Ali McCoy is clearly a very disappointed player. He has already scored 6 goals in his 27 internationals, including tonight. But that looked to be a certainty for a moment. McCoy's layoff. Here comes Boyd into space there for Robertson. McCoy provides support behind. This is Malpass. McAllister's going right in the middle. Murray McLeod approaches on the right. That's good play by McLeod. Well, he was trying to emulate Lakatouche in the first half, controlling that on the run. Defender just that bit closer to him, and he couldn't find the gap.
The front two have worked very, very well for us tonight. They're giving away a fair bit of inches in height, but they're very, very game. They've created all sorts of problems for the Romanians at the back. They've split and they've walked down the flannel, down the flanks rather, and they have really caused problems for the Romanians. Exciting partnership for us, Joe.
Very promising indeed, and had McCoy just knocked that opportunity into the net, 2 of them would have had a goal. Robertson, remember, scoring the equaliser for Scotland in the first half after the opening goal was scored by Kamataru for Romania. Is there any possibility, Billy, that the Romanians will settle for a draw?
I think they more or less have done, Joe. They would like to win the game, but they're perfectly happy with it, the scoreline as it is just now.
A back killer there from Boyd, demonstrating a degree of confidence. Robertson putting pressure on the Romanian defence. Here he comes again, across to Popescu. The tackle came from Tom Boyd on Hadji. Well, it appeared to be a great deal on that. Boyd certainly has the pace to match Hadji when he makes those electric runs. This does look to normal mortals to be too far out for a direct shot in goal, but the Scots recognise the danger posed by Hadji. They've lined up a 4-man wall, and this is more than 30 yards out. This ball could swerve a bit. Here comes Hadji. Wall did well, stood up to the shot. McAllister looking for McLeod. The pass wasn't quite accurate enough. Up goes McKimmie, then McStay. Boyd is content to play that to safety inside the Romanian half. Rotariu retrieves. There's Popescu. Good running again by McKimmie. He's another good match for Scotland. It's only his 7th international. Played his part in the World Cup finals. Popescu again. Rotariu dropping deep once more. So here's Lupescu. And McLeish reacting to the call from Gorham. Certainly a goalkeeper who commands his penalty box. More activity on the Scottish bench below us. It looks as though the Scots are going for a victory. They're going to bring on Pat Nevin. The angle ball from Robertson, too close to the goalkeeper. So Nevin certainly could produce a little bit of attacking inspiration to win the match for Scotland if he can get the service. Scotland taking a little bit of a chance because it probably means a midfield player coming off. Here's Tom Boyd. Good pass inside. McCoy's trying to find Robertson. And McCoy's being manhandled there by Hadji. Well, I reckon McCoy's a shade fortunate there to get that verdict. But it is a free kick. And a set piece, which the Scots may have the chance to exploit from their efforts in the training ground, although they had very little chance to rehearse set pieces with the rapidly changing personnel for this match. Murray McLeod being prevented from taking a quick free kick by Mathiut. Mathiut knocking the ball a yard back. So the free kick being orchestrated by Murdo MacLeod. Gary McAllister has a very good right foot for these efforts. Beautifully struck, in goes McCoist, and McCoist penalised for pushing the defender. Well, that almost caught out the goalkeeper Lung, but what a superb effort against a big goalkeeper. That's exactly the place to send these long-range efforts, right into the bottom corner. Look at the way McAllister hits that. It would have gone in all right. In the end, a superb save by Lung, and I think McCoist had judged there to have fouled his marker. Perhaps less fortunate that time.
There wasn't a lot in the challenge, that's fact, but what a magnificent strike from Gary McAllister. We've talked about Hadji striking the ball, but he was 30 yards out there and he hit it well. The goalkeeper got down and made a very, very good save.
Well, that would have made it a marvellous match for McAllister. This is his first competitive match in Scotland colours. His earlier caps that have been free have been in friendlies, preparation matches for the World Cup. He didn't get a game in Italy. Here's Lakatouche looking for Petrescu breaking. Brian Irvin underneath that, using his height. Headed away well by Malpass. Atariu plays it for Hadji. Switches to the left foot. The offside flag is up. Adechoyu and Lakatouche was the players offside, and there's going to be a change now made by Scotland. There's also going to be a change perhaps by Romania. No, Gary McAllister, who's done a good job wide on the right for Scotland, goes off, and the replacement who gets a warm welcome to win his 9th cap is Pat Nevin. Well, Nevin made his debut against Romania here at Hampden in 1986 in the international which heralded Kenny Dalglish's 100th cap, and now has the chance to provide that little spark which might win the match for Scotland. Certainly will play a more advanced role than McAllister. Here's Paul McStay. McKimmie has gone forward. Nevin asked for the ball inside. McKimmie hurried the pass. Irvin's header finds McKimmie. Here's Murdo MacLeod, and now Nevin. Well, runs into trouble with Rotario. The back keeler releases Rotario. They like these long angled balls from deep positions, the Romanians. They strike them very well indeed, but the Scots appear to have been well briefed about that ploy. So the Romanians again have possession. Brian Irvin's out of reach with that challenge on Rotario. Lakatouche tried to come in there behind McLeish, and Lakatouche was guilty of the foul on Malpass. That was good alert refereeing. Lakatouche not complaining. Now a change is also going to be made by Romania. They're going to take off Matiut. Matiut, the number 8, will come off, and the replacement this time will be Sabau. Sabau, who will replace Matiut. That's a direct replacement. Well, he's certainly taking his time leaving the field. Sabau plays for Feyenoord in Holland. Another young man, he's just 22. And that will complete the substitutions for the match. Full quota now utilised by both sides. Sabau involved straight away. Superb screening by Hadji, not allowing Malpass to get a tackle in. Here's Popescu. Hadji's dummy was well read by Boyd. He can charge forward now. He's very quick indeed now. Petrescu trying to get back, and Boyd's strength carries him to the ball. Chance now for Paul McStay, setting it up. MacLeod playing it across, and it's tapped in by McCoist. Scotland take the lead, and Tom Boyd, the first player to congratulate McCoist, was the man who set it all up. Harry McCoist McCoy's 7th goal for Scotland. He's got 5 in his last 2 matches for Rangers. McCoy's pass across the face of the goal. Look at this control and pass from McStay. McLeod playing across the face of the goal, and McCoist surging in for the goal.
It's a marvellous goal job because Paul McStay does very well to control this. Sees Murdo McLeod, plays the pass to him. Murdo's not going to have a shot at this. He's going to play it back in there, and there's Alan McCoy sliding in the net. What a tremendous result for us at this particular moment.
So we have about 14 minutes left in the match. There's the amazing scoreline and the view of the play in the opening 20 minutes. Scotland leading by 2 goals to 1, and the goal snatching partnership is paid off. There goes John Robertson. Eased off the ball there by Sandoy. Now that was a free kick, surely. The referee looking for guidance from his linesman. Yes, Scotland have the decision. And the Scots in no particular hurry, of course, to get the ball back. John Robertson showing his willingness to chase what appeared to be a lost cause. And the free kick just outside the quarter circle, marking the corner kick spot. There's Murdo McLeod towards the near post area. McStay with a superb pass to McLeod. Delicate ball inside, that's head flicked on by Nevin. Well, he didn't get quite enough, or he got too much on that. Had he put more meat into that, it may have gone into the goal area, but had he glanced it more, it would have been a chance for another striker. What a great pass that was from Paul McStay. And then McLeod looking up, playing another careful near post ball. Nevin with a head flick on. Well, what an encouraging burst of play from Scotland, Billy.
Certainly is. I think even more encouraging from my point of view, Jock, is we have regained all the old Scottish spirit. We've had an appetite to get involved in this game. We've had an appetite to have some success in it, and success has come to us simply because we've been prepared to work hard.
So the Scots now thinking in terms of seeing this out. They've got a problem because Pat Nevin was introduced to the fray in order to try to win the game. He didn't have a role to play in the goal which McCoy scored, and now perhaps Scotland would have preferred to have an extra defensive player in the field. They can't make any more changes, and Nevin, I'm sure, will want to make his own impression on the play. Oh, a fine play by Murdo McLeod. Interception by Popescu. Here's McStay. Now McKimmie, a long pass back. Well, I have to say, Billy, you might not be so keen to make this point, but Scotland have a great service from Paul McStay and from Murdo McLeod, one of your former players tonight.
Most certainly, this is one of Paul's best games for Scotland. I think he's taken it upon himself to lead by example, and he's certainly done that tonight.
And we should not also forget the vital role played in the goal by Tom Boyd in his first international.
Yes, for a young lad making his debut at international level, he showed tremendous composure and confidence. And really, at the end of the day, it was his run that set the whole thing up for us.
McCoy's trying to guide that header down to Tom Boyd.
I think what, for me, the biggest plus is are the front two, Jock. They have worked very, very hard together, and they look as though they could be a very, very useful combination.
Well, certainly staking a claim to develop this partnership. Number 7 there, Robertson. Number 9, McCoist. McCoist already an established international, and John Robertson's contribution, quite apart from an excellent goal, has been enough surely to force his claims to stay in the side. There he goes again. Robertson with a back heeler. Forward comes Paul McStay. Setting this back for McLeod. Well, I'm not sure that Paul McStay realised when he came inside he could have left a shooting chance there to John Robertson, who strikes the ball so crisply.
Yes, he does well here, he does well, but a little half tackle there. He leaves it, just takes it back. Mind you, Murdo hits it well, doesn't he? On there by Radu Chawu. Nevin not expected to win balls in the air. McCoy giving chase, making sure that there can be no quick throw in. Well, he really has run himself into the ground tonight, Ali McCoist.
always has had a tremendous appetite for playing for his country, and it's certainly paid off. He had the last touch before Robertson's first goal, and of course scored a goal which has given Scotland the lead. Well, the Romanians, though, always dangerous. This match will not be settled until the final whistle, I'm sure of that. Hadji playing it forward, Petrescu at pace, trying to get to the ball before it reaches the byline. Well, relief there among the Scots in defence. Well, young Dan Petrescu, though, looks to be an outstanding attacking right back.
Yes, I think we've complimented the front two job. We've got to compliment the defence, because it's relatively inexperienced at this level. They've coped with some very, very good players, and they've got more and more confident the longer the game has gone on. I think all credit to Alan McLeish, because he's used his experience very, very well in this game. He's nursed Brian Irvine through the match.
Still have some work to do, the Scottish defence here. Lakatush breaking in that inside right channel, which he's exploited so well in various phases in the match. Oh, great understanding. Here comes the Romanians again. And what a vital challenge that was by the skipper, Paul McStay. Georgi Hadji was the player who made that intrusion. He's shaking his head because the referee has given a free kick, or a goal kick, is it, to Scotland? The Scotland certainly have the verdict. A shake of the head from Hadji. He may have learned some Spanish following his arrival at Real Madrid and can make his dissatisfaction known.
He might have learned Spanish, Jock, but I think the referee was just exactly right there.
Klein with a header. Well, we can expect the Romanians to hit back fiercely before the end. They must believe that they had enough ability to take something from this match. And unless they can conjure up something late on, they may go home empty-handed. The offside flag is up again. The referee waving play on, leaving advantage as Malpass finds McCoist on the left. Nevin and Robertson racing into the penalty area. Here's Boyd supporting. McCoist again. Paul McStay. Good effort from McStay. Well, he really has matured again, another stage in his development, you might think, as he's wearing that captain's armband for Scotland. Played across there from McCoist. He sets it up for Paul McStay. Had one thought in mind at that point, and the ball bending away from goal.
At this stage of the game, Jock, it might not have been important to hit the target. There's a big area behind the goals at Hampden. It takes a little while for the ball to get back. If it stays like this, we'll be perfectly happy.
Well, undoubtedly the professional view of the state of affairs right now. Here's McCoist again. Clumsy first touch there by Murdo McLeod. He's had a fine match, but that was one he'll regret. Irvine out of range there. He tried to make that tackle. Here's Aruchau. Blocked by McKimmie, who showed his courage there, standing in front of that. Here's Lupescu. Cross it goes to Rotario. Irvine again standing firm with a header. Here's Petrescu. Rotario. Lupescu. The Romanians trying to step up a gear. They certainly began the match at a quicker pace than the Scots as far as distributing passes around the field was concerned. Well, that's a great back healer there by Hadji. He's not at all happy with the attentions there of Murdo McLeod. He's complaining bitterly to the referee, but complaining in vain.